Skrillex. Yeah, hey guys, this is VanRyder. Welcome back to another episode of Well Done, my Let's Play on the VintageBeef Fan Server. This is episode 37, and we are going to talk about the Skrillex concert at Minecon, also called the Dot Party. But first, last episode I tore down the towers that I had built for this castle, and I've restructured some of it, and I've partially rebuilt one of the towers, so I just wanted to show you that real quick, get some opinions on it. Dun da da dun. It's really hard to judge a tower like this when you're like so low. So low. Bring me so low in the Wookiee. But like you want to be like 20 blocks higher or 50 blocks higher. I've gotten up on this mushroom a couple times and tried to look at it, but then you're so far away you can't make out the details. So, I don't know, maybe in the fountain. I'm so bad at, like, climbing water. People make fun of me for this. I know there's a trick to it, I just don't know it. I mean, that helps a little bit. I like it a lot more than it was. I don't know if you remember before it like ended like here practically. So it's a lot taller. I still think I'm gonna put a pointy roof on it. I don't know if it's gonna be out of spruce wood like it was last time, but that's the idea so far. So let me know what you think of that. Does that look good? If so, I will have to figure out what I did so that I can mirror it and do it on this side. I could potentially put like a bridge between the two, but probably won't. Anyway, that's that. And then I died at one point while I was working on that. I fell to my death, and I spawned back over at my village, and I noticed something over there, so I'm going to make my way over there, and while I do, I will talk to you guys about Skrillex. So, we got on the bus, got the bus seats situated, Good sitting in the front, and it's a 45-minute drive, and fortunately, I mean, I'm lucky that Good was up front with me, so I had somebody to talk to, because otherwise that would have been the most boring bus ride in history. So Good and I talk on and off for about 45 minutes. He's also, I think he's got internet data plans, so he was doing some interneting and tweeting and stuff. We finally start to arrive, and I'm telling you, man, this place is insane. It's like, it's completely dark out, and all you can see are like spotlights, like 50 giant bright spotlights shining into the air, and then you get closer and there's like burning fire in these buckets, and it looks amazing, and we're all very impressed. And of course Good and I are the first two people off the bus because we're in the very front, and we're just like, wow, this is so cool. And the first thing that happens is this crowd of people rushes towards the bus, and they go, "It's a trap! It's a trap! Go back!" What? What? It was not a very inspiring sign. It was foretelling of things to come. So we get off, and I mean, it looks really cool. I'm telling you, man. I don't know very much about dubstep or Skrillex or any of that sort of thing, but I have a feeling that if the concert had just been a Skrillex concert and had nothing to do with Minecon, I feel like they could have charged 50 to 100 euros just for the ticket to this place. Because Notch definitely went all out. I mean, the lights and the music and the sound and everything was really just phenomenal. So, kudos to him for that. There's another floating boat. But it definitely had some drawbacks. Now, this is what I noticed earlier, if I'm not mistaken. Possibly I am mistaken, but when I was over here, it looked like half of this place had burned down. Is that not what it looks like to you? I don't remember it looking open like this, but possibly I just don't remember. I do know that fire ticks are on this server, and I didn't. That's just not finished building. Uh-oh. No, this is the same stuff, I think. Saw in your video that not all items were making it into the point collection, so I fixed it. No, I guess he did fix it. The water stream pattern is an integral design aspect. Also, with the water stream going, step back and look. Sorry, I should have given it a full test. Oh my god, so many signs. You're ruining my story, Justin. I guess I am mistaken, and it has always been open designed, and I am a derp, and I didn't notice. And thank you guys for telling me that I planted, this is why my count was off, because I planted some carrots in the wrong spot. Or whatever it was that I planted, it was in the wrong spot. So thank you for letting me know. I am glad to see that this has not half burned down, because some of my village houses have, I'm assuming, burned. I've come on at some point and they've been missing. Well, these things aren't fully grown yet, so I will wait off on harvesting that and looking at your amazing water design. I want to see if any of these other houses have caught on fire and are missing stuff. So while I do a quick patrol of the village, we get off the bus. These people are begging, are warning us, run away, go back, and we're still hopeful. We don't know why these people aren't happy. Maybe they just, we don't know. But we go in, and it's massive. This place is massive. The sound is phenomenal. It's in this old, well, it's not old, but it was like a cinema, a cinema. Oh, I should fix the Derp House. Man, that just looks terrible. It just looks so bad. So it's in a cinema. It's not designed to be a club, and I guess to house the people or whatever vision that Notch had, they had to basically make... I don't know. I don't know why he did it, but the place is huge and loud, and we go in, and it's freezing cold, and there's a cloak check, which is also a coat check, but, French. Cloak check. And it's too cold to take it off, because, just even once you get inside of the, venue itself, it's still freezing cold inside, and so loud you can't talk, and very dark, and the lights are blinding, and the guy, I don't really know anything about dubstep, but the guy that was on, I guess stairs will work. The guy that was on stage at the time apparently was not very good. I can't tell what's good dubstep or not, but one of the guys that was with us claims that it was not very good at the start, so let's see if I can get up there. So, it was not my scene, and I don't think it was a lot of the scene of a lot of the people that were there. It was a free concert. We knew Notch was going to be there. We knew a lot of YouTubers were going to be there, a lot of friends. It was included in the price of the convention, so on and so forth. So you got a lot of nerds in line to go to this convention, or this party, and I took some funny videos, some funny pictures, at least I think they're funny, of just a bunch of gamer nerds standing around in their hoodies and their t-shirts, trying to get into the music and enjoy this really kind of strange, weird, not... I can place stairs, I swear. Not Minecraftian crazy party. It was not like a weird gamer party. It was like quote unquote normal people party, but like high end normal people party. It was weird. It was just nothing. That was my chair squeaking, I'm sorry. Nothing about the party felt like what you would expect like people who would go to a Minecraft convention would go to. And apparently this is also similar to how the party was last year in Vegas, except for, much bigger. So, it's something that Notch and Yeb are doing for themselves. More than the fans. But, for the people who enjoyed it, I guess it was pretty amazing. And like I said, the cost of the ticket, I think, was really high. I mean, they went all out. There was balloons and crazy stuff. So, the problem is that we don't have VIP tickets for some reason. I am still unclear as to why Mindcrack was not given VIP tickets, which, I mean, maybe would have sucked because I probably would not have gotten VIP tickets, and I would have not really had a lot of fun if Good and everybody went up to the VIP area and I didn't, but I would still rather have them had them than not. It was just weird. It just felt kind of almost like a snub, especially seeing how well they did it. Their panel did, but that's not for me to really worry about. Maybe I should do this off camera because I'm sucking at this so bad right now. But that was not that bad. The worst part was that there was no decent alcohol. They had beer and champagne and Red Bull, which were all astronomically overpriced. I mean, it's painful enough as an American coming to France because everything is in the euro and the dollar sucks right now. So the euro, like, you're losing half of your money every time you use it, but or every time you buy something with a euro. But the beers, these shitty beers, were 10 euros, which is like, I don't know, $14 or $15 US. And the Red Bull and the champagne were each, I think, 7 euros. So it was really expensive, and I don't drink champagne or beer, and apparently neither does Good, and we didn't want Red Bull. And I don't drink, I mean, I just told you guys that I don't drink to excess, but at a party like that, I would drink a drink. But I wanted, I mean, even like a rum and coke or something like really plain and crappy would have been fine. But no, we couldn't get those. We couldn't get, there was a full bar apparently in the VIP area, but we couldn't get into that because whatever reason. I don't know why they wouldn't want to sell. That's just gonna hit me in the face, isn't it? I don't know why they wouldn't want to have like people ordering full price drinks, and that's probably gonna put me in the ocean. Yep. Ocean. But this is good for me to do while I talk because it's not super mind-bending. So, Good was not happy. I was okay. I'm a writer, and I can enjoy experiences just as an experience so that I can kind of process that information and maybe use it someday in another situation. I'm going into the ocean again, aren't I? Close. But Good wasn't very happy with the whole lack of booze, and it was just like as amazing as it kind of was. It was still not what we wanted. Like it was pretty much what I expected it to be, but like 10 times more insane. Like way more people, way bigger. Well, not more people, because see, part of the thing was a lot of people. They were like Good and I. We just wanted to go and see what it was about, and we thought that there would be buses running every hour, every half hour or so, and that we could check it out for an hour and we could leave, and that was not the case. And I think I get why, because if everybody who wanted to leave could have left, I have a feeling that by 3 Skrillex was not supposed to come on until 3 a.m., 3 in the morning, and I have a feeling that if everybody could have left, or everybody who wanted to leave, could have left anytime they wanted, there would have been hardly anybody at the concert by the time Skrillex got on stage. So I get that they kind of wanted to force people to stay so that he would have a worthwhile audience, and I'm sure that they paid a ton of money to freaking hire Skrillex to come to this random place in Paris and perform for a bunch of gamer nerds. So I get that they wanted a pretty good turnout, but it meant that a bunch of unhappy people were trapped, and there was like before the cloak check, there was like a room still inside, but like big and empty with some chairs and couches and stuff, and it was just full, and it was cold. It was freezing cold. I mean, I'm talking like 10 degrees, or I don't know, Celsius. If Celsius is freezing at 0, then yeah, it was probably 5 or 10 degrees. I don't know. It was very cold, like nearly snowing levels of cold. And there was tons of like unhappy looking people just sitting in chairs and benches, just arms crossed, glaring, unhappy, like, I want to go home, but I'm trapped here, and it's loud, and I'm an introvert, and what am I doing here? Why am I not at my hotel sleeping? Rage. There was a lot of that. And Good is not that, like, I don't think Good was that unhappy, but he wasn't happy either, and we were not happy that we were basically trapped, because we went and we tried to find, like, the lady that would bring us the buses, and that was apparently, that's when we found out nobody knew anything. The first person told us that the buses didn't start running until 4, and then they told us that they didn't start running until 3, and then they told us 2:30, and, you know, I think that people were just telling us whatever they wanted to tell us to, like, try to pacify us, and nobody knew what was actually happening. So there's a second story here. Is there a ladder? I need a ladder. And so we go outside, and we're, like, trying to find the place, and Good's just finally like, you know what, screw this, I will just buy a taxi, you know, and we're 45 minutes out of Paris, so a taxi would be a really high amount of money, but we're thinking, well, maybe there's enough people here, maybe we can get 6 people interested in going and split it 6 ways, and that'll make it almost affordable, almost. But as we go outside and look around, we realize that there are no taxis. We're like in the middle of literally nowhere. It's like some industrial weird area. This is like a freaking mob spawner up here. It's like an industrial area. There's like no, like, there's not even a bar. Like, Good was like, well, maybe I can just go to a bar and drink for a little bit and come back, or at least, you know, pass time in a bar and having fun. Nope, there was nothing. There was absolutely nothing. It was like, I mean, it was dark, so we couldn't tell where we were, but it looked like factories or like industrial warehouse or like some, I don't know, it was not a very good place. That's all I can say. And there was no buses, no taxis, no cars going by, nothing. So we were trapped there. And we were trapped there long enough that it felt like almost like a sitcom or like a parody of life. In Good's AMA caving, like, recently, when he went before Minecon, he recorded like a Ask Me Anything thing, and I asked him, one of my questions was, if you were like in a plane crash, stranded on an island, and you had to eat one of your friends, one of your dead friends to survive because there's no other food, would you do it? Would you eat your friend to survive? And he was like, yes. And I brought that up while we're standing outside waiting for a bus that's never going to come, and I was like, please don't eat me. I didn't mean for that to come true so quickly. It really felt like we were going to die. That there was never going to be a bus, and never, you know, anything. And so we keep asking people, and like the one lady is like, you need to, maybe if you're a friend of Mickey and you can get one of the bus drivers to drive you back to Paris or to Disneyland, and I just still don't know what friend of Mickey means. I don't know if that was like some sort of gay reference, because it didn't come across as a gay reference when she made it, but it's what it sort of sounds like. You know, I think something was lost in translation because she was French. I don't know. But we didn't have any friends of Mickey, needless to say. Most of the buses seemed to... There were buses like a quarter of a mile away. So up a little hill, we walked over to this area where we saw some buses parked, hoping we could try to be like, how much money do you need to take us back to home, to the hotels? And we had no luck, and everybody kept telling us to go a different direction. Like, we could not get a straight answer from anyone. Everybody had a different answer, and that was insane. And people kept telling us to wait inside, that they would make an announcement when the buses were ready to arrive, but it was so loud in there, you could not have heard an announcement if they had made it. I don't even think if you'd had like a megaphone and made the announcement, you could have heard it. Well, that looks less derpy. It still looks stupid. I need to get those logs, I guess, to go all the way up, or maybe across, or I don't know. I don't want to work on that anymore. It definitely still needs a lot of work, but at least it doesn't look completely derpy anymore. I'm still going to look around for more fire issues, and I'm going to try to wrap up the Skrillex thing because I'm rambling way too much about it. But, yeah, apparently JL, Zip Code, and Doc got up into the VIP lounge later on, which you may have heard if you've watched Good's video on the subject. JL kind of hacked the world and got in. I don't think Pause got in. I think they were separated at some point. And, you know, apparently Skrillex showed up and it was fine and they enjoyed it. And finally, like, a bus did arrive, or one of the drivers turned his bus on or something, and Good and I had walked back down to the loading area where we had been dropped off, and we heard this scream of cheers and shouts and stuff up the hill towards where we had walked and seen the abandoned buses, and we learned that we could see one of the buses moving, and as we get up there we realized that the people, did I put this pumpkin here like this? Probably. The people up there had charged the bus and like run in front of it and thrown themselves in front of it, not to get hurt, but to stop the bus so that they could get on and go back to frickin' Paris. And so Good is like freaking out, really desperate to get home or get back to the hotel. And so we start running up, huffing up this mountain. And we get there and the bus is obviously full and it's just ridiculous. So fortunately we see another bus nearby, like right behind it. I guess he got the same idea or knew that there was a need for people to go home. And that one was also full, and we were unhappy because we had been waiting for a very, very long time, and other people, because of the bad directions that different people were giving us, we ended up not being right at the front of the bus. And at this point we had been joined by Doc's girlfriend as well, and some other fans that I had recognized that had probably come the same way that we had, wanting to just visit it and see it, but not wanting to stay forever. I think Cy, I think of Nate and Cy was there maybe, and Christopher, and I can't remember his girlfriend's name. They were not American, so they were. Remember her name was different. It was like Hilga or Matilda or something. But yeah, I don't remember. I'm sorry. But they were there, and Doc's girlfriend and me and Good and one of Pyro's roommates, Paul. No, Paul was Pyro. I don't remember his name, but one of Pyro's friends was there, and we finally all got on the bus together, and we went to the way back, and there was like a big U shape in the back of the bus, and we just piled in there, and it was kind of cool because Good got to sit in the middle and kind of be a little like center of attention, and we all kind of got it was like a lot better in. Why is this here? Seriously, why is this here? It was a lot better that way than it could have been just sitting like side by side in seats or something. No, I just did that. It allowed us to have a much better conversation and stuff. And the ride back was quite nice because we all got to sit together and talk, and I think Doc's girlfriend or somebody started passing out like weird foreign candy, and I don't know. It was fun. It wasn't as fun as probably playing air hockey back at the hotel would have been with some of my other friends and Kurt, but it was an experience, and I don't regret going, but I do wish that we could have gone for the hour that we would wanted to and then gone back and met up with my other friends and done the air hockey and had some actual alcohol at the bar with like BOO and the other guys. And apparently, like, since BOO and some of the other guys didn't end up going, and they left early the next morning, so Good didn't get a chance to say goodbye. I mean, not only did I not get a chance to say goodbye, but Good didn't get to say goodbye, which that really sucks, you know. And I'm just wandering. I'm sorry. Let's go check out the snow castle, because that's the one other place that I don't know. I haven't been since I started recording. So next morning, well, after we got back, I wanted to go to bed, and I didn't end up going to bed. Like, I got back to my hotel room, and nobody was there. Like, I'm rooming with 3 guys, and none of them are there. So I knew that they were off, like, having an amazing time somewhere, but I was so beat, and like the only way I could have found out where they were would have been by, I don't even know how I could have done it, because everything that had Wi-Fi was closed. Like, I couldn't go to Starbucks. It was like 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. or something, so I couldn't have even gone to Starbucks to get Wi-Fi to figure out where they were. So I stayed up writing like some of my notes of what had happened the last few days, and I think they finally came in around 4, and then we talked for a while, and I told them about Skrillex, and they told me about awesome air hockey with Kurt, and I went to bed, and that sucked. But I slept really well, and the next day, woke up relatively early, but sleeping in, because the convention is officially over at this point, and a lot of people had to leave. I seem to recall, like, Ariston having to leave early. Oh, that landed me in the water. So I think, I don't remember where I went for breakfast. Probably Earl of Sandwich or Starbucks, or skipped it, as I often did. But at some point I met up with Good and Paws again, because they were staying an extra day, and I was staying an extra day. I was actually staying in Paris for a couple days after the Minecon, just to sightsee, and they were leaving the next day. This is another one of Fallen's signs. Excuse me. Yeah, so fortunately none of this is burned down. Now it makes me wonder if I just got creeper bombed the one time that I had to fix a roof, but it really did look like fire, so I don't know, I'm just making shit up, I guess. But we ended up, we all kind of wanted to do a little shopping at Disneyland, and there was some considering of actually going to the Disneyland park as opposed to the Disneyland Studios, and I would have been for that, even if I had to pay full price, just because I was never going to go back there again. Like, I just don't think I'm ever going to go back to Disneyland Paris. I did not have a good experience there, so if I was ever going to do it, that was the time to do it. And I think that for whatever reason we just decided not to go. Money or just lack of interest and so on and so forth. So we wanted to get a little shopping in, so it's me, Good. Oh, I remember we went to the Rainforest Cafe. There was a Rainforest Cafe in the Disney Village, and we went there, and Good ordered all sorts of weird things and got cold chicken, and Kinross ate chicken, and it was cold, but he didn't die, and I ordered some weird mango ice cream thing, and Good put his hand in the picture for size comparison, because it was really weird. And then we went shopping at the Disneyland store, and I bought some stupid stuff, and I think Good and Paws bought stuff later, but I basically had to leave at that point. I had to get my luggage and make it to my hotel in Paris, so I think I left about, I stayed there way later than I was intending, because I was hanging out with Paws and Good, but I think I left about 4, because I got to my hotel about 7, I think. I'm trying to remember if anything else happened. And I know that stuff happened because I keep remembering things that I haven't told stories about yet. But I think that was the major points. I did get some fun video and photos of Doc dancing at Skrillex, and my friend Marcel, or Killa Marcy, dancing there, and the photos didn't turn out because it was so dark, and they were moving quickly, and my camera was not that great, but I know that happened. I guess that's it. So, that is the Minecon Paris. I may very briefly recap my time in Paris next episode, just because this is not a Mindcrack Let's Play, it is a VanRyder Let's Play, and that's something that happened to me that was cool. But I do have the whole London meetup still to talk about, and a lot of cool stuff happened there, and I've got a lot of photos and videos from there. Well, not a lot, but I have some. So stay tuned for that, and I still need to go over my swag and stuff that I'm going to give away. I haven't sorted that all out yet. I will probably take a video of it just so you guys can really get an idea of what they are and so on and so forth. But anyway, oh, one last thing. As of this recording, I'm at 990 subscribers, which is pretty awesome. Means I'm about to hit 1,000, probably within the next week or two if I'm lucky. So I might have to have some sort of 1,000 subscriber special. Woo! So if you haven't subscribed yet and are on the fence about subscribing, please consider subscribing, because that would be cool. Yeah. Maybe I'll have another giveaway or something. Anyway, sorry if this episode was boring. It was a lot of Skrillex talk, and I rambled and wandered. So next episode will be more interesting, I promise. Thanks so much for watching. My name is VanRyder. I'll see you guys next time.